Primarily goal for today is, it's not going to be some boring theory. Most of my sessions are practical stuff. Okay. So I'll give a problem today and we'll figure out how to solve it. Okay. Now it'll be unfair if I just tell you to solve it without giving you some theory, right? Some concepts also. Okay. So I'll give as much as you need and I'll leave it to you. And then we will discuss as to what are the challenges with your approaches and how we solved it. Okay. So the problem I'm going to give you is a problem we solved for one of our clients. Okay. It's called All Pets. Okay. And I'll tell you what is the problem. I will not tell you how we solved it. And I will make all of you work on solving it along with me. Okay. So today we'll end up solving it. Okay. We'll look at what are the challenges that come along the way, and that should be the learning for you. Okay. Understanding the concepts, figuring out how to apply them, and learning about what are the possible challenges. Okay. So we have learned the hard way. Okay. We did some of these things. We learned the hard way. We got some galis and abuses also from our clients. Okay. But the good part for all of you is you don't have to go through that. Right. So, so let's get started. Okay. So any questions from anyone before we get started? I thought we'll do one round of introduction, but it's okay. Check it. It'll take too much of time. Okay. I thought, my introduction is enough, right? I'm a very selfish guy. So let's get started. Okay. So All Pets, I'll tell the problem statement. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll tell some theory and some concepts. Okay. And then I'll introduce small pieces of how we build upon it, right? Like a movie, right? Like a little bit of climax towards the end. Okay. So first things first, the client I'm talking about is All Pets. Okay. So if you guys want to Google it, I'll provide the link also. So this is a real company in Banjara Hills. Okay. You can see my screen? No, you can't. I'm sharing my screen. So you can all Google All Pets. Okay. I'm not doing any official branding marketing for these guys. Okay. It is a real client of ours. They're real clients of ours. And this is a real world problem we solved. And I thought, we share it with all of you. And you also get to learn some concepts along the way. So this is allpetsclinic.com. Okay. If you can see my screen. All of you can see my screen. Hi, Suresh. Yeah, please. You can. So all of you can see my screen, right? So you can see my screen? You can't see my screen. You can't? No. You can. So this is a company this is a pet clinic in Banjara Hills, where you have Ramcharan's pet goes here, and SS Rajamouli sir's pet also goes here. Okay. So it's a high profile clinic, okay, in Banjara Hills, right? Very near, again, all those, yeah. So what is the problem these people had, right? So the problem statement is today when they want to analyze the performance of the firm, right? See, it's a pet clinic, means obviously it's not only like a typical clinic. They have inventory also. They sell pet products, correct? So if you see their website, they have all these various things, right? The hydrotherapy, food accessories, grooming, boarding services, a lot of these things, correct? So people, pet parents bring their pets and they, hello? Yeah, please come to fifth floor. In front of Google office? No. So please come a little bit forward to Balaji Food Court. There's a lane beside that. Okay, just 1 second. Yeah, high tech. Just 1 second. My colleague will help you. Yeah, just see where is yourself. Yeah. So this company basically naturally has inventory, right? They get various types of services and so on and so forth. So the problem they were facing is today they have a SaaS application. Okay. The name of the SaaS, you guys can see my screen. So I think it's pretty far, but I think you should use some Google Lens. So they use the Vet Buddy. Okay. So they have a SaaS application called the Vet Buddy. Okay. So the Vet Buddy has all the transactions of that company. Okay. So how many people visited? What are the names of the patients? What are the what services they took? When did they take? How much was the value? All the details. Okay. Now the challenge is, suppose you want to analyze the data of what is the April revenue versus the last 3 months revenue, average of the last 3 months revenue. Okay. Simple, right? Looks simple. What will you do? Anyone? Suppose I want to find out the average, the total revenue of April and compare it with the average revenue of Jan, Feb, and March. So I take the revenue of Jan, Feb, and March, total it up, take the average, and I compare April and that average. Okay. So what would you typically do? Any one of you? Is he coming? Yeah. Okay. Someone on the call, please. I would like someone on the call to answer. What will you typically do? Quickly, guys. We don't have all day. We just have time till 1. So what will you folks do? Yeah. What is the algorithm, guys? There's no complex algorithm here. You don't need, it's not a DSA problem. It's DSA easy. What will you do? Okay, folks here. What will you do? I want April data. I want to compare it with the average revenue of April, Jan, Feb, and March. So I take the data of Jan, Feb, and March. I take the average of it and compare, right? That's it. Right. So you need to go to the SaaS application, download the data for April. You get an Excel file. Now to download the data, you need to select all those click. Correct? How many clicks will be there? First, select the location. They have 3-4 pets. The clinics, select all. Then date, start date, end date, and then click on it. They'll get a file. That file is in downloads folder. And then they have to download April date, Jan data, Feb data, March data, all 3 Excel files. So how many Excel files do we have now? 4 Excel files. Now take the data of Jan, Feb, and March, put it into one sheet. Take the average. Take the data of April, one sheet, take the average, then compare it. How much of time it takes, right? Takes a lot of data. Now, what if I wanted to compare April data versus the previous year April data? Then again, you go and again download one more file. Yes or no? So isn't that tedious? Right? It is tedious. Now, if you imagine a business owner, right? Like even I'm a startup, right? So it's very hard to find time to do this kind of work, right? Because you have to, so every startup or every business has 2 parts. One is the leads, where the sales and leads part of it. Another one is operations, right? So what I'm doing right now, this is operations, right? Like connecting the sessions or, my training sessions or connecting a program and all that stuff, correct? Now, who gets the, who gets the time to sit and open these Excel files and do this analysis every time? It's too much of tedious process, right? So typically what people do is they hire someone for that, which is not wrong, right? But the challenge in that also is it takes a lot of time for the person to get back. So every question, every insight takes a lot of time, right? Obviously, the people can do it, but it takes a lot of time. So today, again, that was again before AI, that was how it was happening. And today with AI, you have to make sure that you use it to move faster, right? Hey, can I raise it? Is there? Reduce it. Just reduce it. Yeah. So, so with AI, you should move much faster, right? So, how do people? So, anybody any ideas? What will you do? Now that I'm saying, I have a problem. I have shown you the way. Can someone tell me an idea? How do we do it using AI? Anyone? Any thoughts? So they have a SaaS application. Every time you want any data, you have to download Excel files and do all that. Correct? So. But naturally, you cannot have access to AI, cannot have access, or we cannot have access to their SaaS application or the database. Correct. So, what we did to solve this, okay, I'll just tell you, is we took their APIs, okay, WebBuddy's APIs, okay. We said get your APIs, and the client was able to get it. So we took the APIs and we said, if the API is there, you can always get the data you want. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Right? Because all parameterized, right? So you say, I want April data, you just give the start date, end date, it gets the data. And you want the Jan, Feb, March, it gets the data and boom. Right? Sounds good? So once you're able to get the data, then you can give the user whatever they want. Yeah. But the challenge is API somebody has to program it, right? Somebody has to program it saying that, okay, your question is you want April data, Jan, Feb, March, get it, write it. That if you write a piece of code to get that report month on month, same report month on month, then somebody can write the code for that. It makes sense. Yes or no? So that's how dashboards are built, right? BI dashboards, how are they built? They're built like that. where somebody says, I have this report which I need to present to management every month, where it says I'm comparing the April revenue versus the average revenue of Jan, Feb, March. Somebody writes a code for that by calling the API of BetBuddy, and it gets the data, right? So, yeah, please. That's a good name. Yeah, please. You can sit there. So that's how people used to write reports earlier, right? But now the challenge is the businesses and leadership, right? Even when investors come and ask, they ask questions on the fly. Like, okay, a client's name is Thiru, right? So Thiru, I mean, that's great, but I would like to view the details of April versus the last 3 months by species. Okay, give me the breakup by species. So with great difficulty, he spent the whole Sunday afternoon and he got the data of April and Jan, Feb, March. But that is total of all species, correct? Now, somebody comes and asks, can you give me a species means cats, dogs, right? They have services for various kind of, even turtles, I think they have some services. So they want the breakup of that revenue by species. Now, what will you do? Again, you'll have to open the Excel. Again, you'll have to pull up all that thing, spend another Sunday on that and do it. Yes or no? Yes or no? Somebody has to do it. Now, who has to do it? The business analyst has to do it. Now, again, there's a lot of time. So every time you want insights, it's slow. Agree? It takes so much time, right? For every time. Now, if a business has to move fast, it has to analyze, see, get the numbers, get the data, and make a decision, move on, correct? So if you look at it from a AI perspective, right? So if you see the history, so from 1995 to around 2005, it was the internet era, right? So it made a change to how people did business, correct? So what did internet give? Internet gave access to data, correct? It said anybody, anywhere can connect with each other, get the data, connect, push everything, correct? But what did AI bring? AI is the next revolution, right? So what is AI bringing in to the table? Now data is anyhow there, solved problem. What is it? Insights, right? So natural language, right? Natural language is how it's communicating with us. But the bigger thing is, like Balaji said, insights, intelligence, correct? What AI brings to the table is intelligence. Okay. If you're not tapping into the intelligence but still doing the traditional way, you can do it, but you are behind the game, right? Now, organizations want to use AI to move faster, right? Competitors are moving faster, organizations want to move faster. And that's where all of you are expected to be, in the game to know how to make it work, correct? So I'll also talk about along the way where, how I see people using AI in organizations today. So we'll do this Claude little bit work and I'll show you. So now all of you are clear about the problem, right? So every time I want a new insight, right? Let's say again, I say I want April data versus previous year's April data breakup by species. I should be able to get it immediately. I don't want to wait and again do that whole thing. So how do you solve it? So this is called conversational intelligence, correct? I get intelligent insights just by asking questions. Isn't that cool? So whatever I ask, it should be able to answer, right? Traditionally, you would have had to write the code for it. Every question you would have to write code, and that was very tedious. So now we are saying I ask any question on the fly, whatever I feel like. As long as the database schema supports it or the data supports it, should be able to write the query and get it out. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So how will we do it? Any ideas?
They want to have an interface of message communication. They don't want UI to do.
No, they just want like ChatGPT, like Claude. In Claude, I want to know. So I'll show you guys something interesting. If you guys can see my screen, I'm going to show you something here. So this is the data. What's the average salary, monthly salary by department? Okay. So what I'm doing here is there is an organization, a fictitious company called Tarang Electricals. Okay. So I just go here and in Claude, this is Claude, okay, all of you, and I'll give you also access to this. Okay, don't worry. So I just go here and I open a new chat. Okay, let's not look at you might think I'm cheating. I'm just pasting it, whatever is there. Okay. So I'm just saying, what's the average monthly salary by department? Okay, I'm getting the data from Claude for a fictitious company called Tarang Electricals, right? Now, it's thinking about the average salary about this, and okay. So it looks like it's not picked up that. So again, you don't have to say use the MCP, but we'll get there. Okay. So I'm yeah. So looks like the MCP is not connecting. What happened? Let me just check. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, we'll get there. So this is what question I asked in Claude, and it gave me the numbers. Okay, for all the finance department monthly salary. Boom. Okay. Now we'll investigate why the MCP is not working. We'll get there. Okay. So the intent is I go to Claude, I ask a question, and I get an answer about my business. You can do about your business also, right? That's the goal. So people should not build front ends anymore, right? Claude should be your front end.
So that's my question. Like they want to have like interfaces and chat. But they won't. The trend is
Nobody cares about fifth floor. Yeah. Sorry, what's the question?
it's like trend is moving towards chat way of interface.
Chat way interface. Yes, yes. It's not about chat. It's about conversational intelligence. It's about I ask a question, I should be able to get it in natural language. That's it. Right? Now, whether you want to use chat or whatever, it's just a way of how you communicate. That's it, right? See, I can always build my own interface on this. I don't need to depend on Claude. I'm using Claude right now because I am too lazy. Why should I build my own thing when Claude is anyhow providing me the capabilities? Correct? Yes or no? So what we did for our client is we said use Claude Pro, and we connected an MCP, and they today use Claude for everything. So not only this, they also get their data directly in Excel. So you have something called Claude for Excel. How many of you know it? You know this Claude for Excel? Okay. So if you see that information, whatever I showed you over here, finance for 1,30,543. If you can see it here, I got this data directly within Excel from using Claude. Okay. This is Claude plugin, which Claude has come up with. Okay. And you'll see the same numbers, right? 118,868, 668, right? You see the same numbers here also. Correct? So today what Claude is saying is, again, to answer your question, it doesn't matter where you are, as long as I get insights. Now, if you were to do it manually, look at the pivot tables and all, right? How many? We'll come to that problem statement again in more depth. So this is, since I cannot give you access to all pets data, it's confidential. They're a client. I cannot give you data. We created a fictitious company called Tarang Electronics. It has some employees. These are all the employees' data. I'll share this also with you. And I'll show you how we are using an MCP, right? We'll come there. Okay. So today, a lot of people don't have a clue how it works and all, but I'll show you how we get there. Okay. So far, everyone, okay, understood the problem and understood where we want to go. Correct. So important thing is always about where do we want to go? What is the problem and where do we want to go? What is the as is? What is the to be? Yeah. So, are you good? Yeah, please be seated. Thank you. So, all of you clear with the problem and where we want to go? Any questions, anyone?
Yeah.
You
So
think
Vijayendra,
it's
I
not
just have
a-
one. Yeah.
Yes. go ahead.
So maybe it may not directly be related. So so whatever we are seeing here is that it's basically helping us to give a dashboard with all the numbers. So is it
Yeah.
also possible now? Let's say, for example, if a revenue of a particular unit goes down, I want email alerts to be sent as an action.
Yeah.
Rather than someone looking at the dashboard and then saying
Yeah.
it may not be practical possible to keep on
Yeah.
having a look at the dashboard
Checking it
24
every
by
day.
7 every
Yes.
day. So is it something like we have a scheduled job sort of things in
Yeah.
the old terminology? Is there something that
Correct.
can be achieved, some sort of
Yes.
automation be achieved based upon that?
Correct. Yes, it can, right? So you can achieve it using AI agents. Okay. And we'll talk about it. Okay. Very much.
Okay.
So
Right.
today we can do a lot of stuff. Okay. So that's the power of AI agents. And what we are doing right now, what I talk about also is related to agents. Okay. So a lot of people don't know about it, but I'll talk about it. Okay. Yeah. So very much doable. Today, pretty much a lot can be done. You name it, it can be done. Okay. So there's no technology has reached so far, you can do pretty much anything. Yeah. So we'll come to that. Now, I hope everybody is clear about the problem statement so far. So the goal of my client is to be able to ask any question in natural language and get insights. What is the total revenue of April versus the average revenue of the first quarter? I just mentioned first quarter. I don't even say Jan, Feb, March. Q1 2025. Compare April 2026 with the average revenue of Q1 2025. Sorry, Q4 2025. Correct. So that's it. So it'll figure out what you want and get the job done. Right? Isn't that cool? So not only that, next question can be, once I get the data out, what is the split of the species of the data? Then also I should get the insights out. Okay, so that's what I'm looking for, and that's the problem we want to solve, right? But the challenge is the data of the client is in WetBuddy. Okay, so I just showed here, this is WetBuddy. The WetBuddy is a SaaS application, right? So it's all on the WetBuddy, and we have API access to it. The best we have is API access. So how do we solve it? Anyone? Now my requirement is we want to be using Claude for doing it. I want to use Claude to do it. Just like I'm asking you hey, you can also join the meeting. No? You're able to see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like you can see on my screen here, I've asked.
Where is meeting link?
Huh?
This meeting link?
In that you would have got a Luma. You might have got a Luma mail from Luma. Okay, wait. You got it? Dushyant, you can help them. You have it, Dushyant, you can help them. Just take his number. Okay, so so we have the data of the API access of the WetBuddy, right? So what do we do? Anyone any ideas? How can we do it? How do you solve this?
So maybe we'll just write some code to fetch, using that API, we fetch the data and then upload all these data to cloud and then put forward our questions. Something like RAG, what you explained in last session, something like that. Once we had the data, we upload there. Right.
Correct. So that's a good thought. But the challenge with that is who's going to write that code, right? Now and how much code are you going to write? Because the queries of the user are never defined. They can be ad hoc. Today
Only
he's
for
asking about April versus
fetching. Yeah, code only for fetching the data, not for analysis. Just for making the required API calls. Yeah.
Correct. But the challenge is, and every API, when you call it, it needs parameters. Correct. Who is going to provide that parameters to that API? Right. So even if you have an API needs to be provided parameters. Now, Claude does not understand your APIs. Correct. And Claude does not understand what your APIs are. Claude is intelligent. It can understand what you want. You're saying, I want April data versus April 2026 versus Q1 2025. Claude can figure out that you want, it can break it down and figure out that you want data for Jan, Feb, March, and it can do all that, right? But it cannot understand your APIs because it doesn't have access to them, right? So WetBuddy is not a very big application. It's somebody's custom application.
Use like MCP, like
You need to build an MCP server for.
Correct. Okay. So you build an MCP server. Okay. Let's Shiva is saying let's build an MCP server. Okay. Fine. You build an MCP server, and MCP server will give access to the APIs. Okay. So before we go there, we'll try to understand what is MCP and how this works out. Okay. So first things first, all of you have Claude. Please open Claude.ai quick. Okay. All of you please open Claude.ai. You can see my screen as well, right? I'm also just open Claude.ai. Please click on customize. Let's use a custom connector, standard out of the box connector. Okay. Let's all connect to Gmail. All of you have Gmail accounts. So you don't need a pro account for this. Your free trial also works. Okay. So just connect so you get some idea. Okay. So please go to all of you. You don't have to have Claude desktop. You can use Claude.ai also. Okay. So go to Claude.ai. Yeah. And click on customize. Click on connectors. Yeah, click on connectors and then search for Gmail, all of you. So search for Gmail and click on connect. Okay. Can all of you just connect quickly? Done? Connected? Okay. I'm also just connecting now. So all of you just quickly connect. Search with Gmail. Yeah, it's over there. You already connected? Okay, good. So all of you connect if you have not already connected. How many of you have already connected? Claude to Gmail. So if you can see my screen, okay, I'm using Claude Desktop. I think I'm using Claude Desktop only. Yeah. Yeah. So can you all see my screen? Yeah. Yeah, all of you are connected. Go to customize, go to connectors, click on Gmail and connect. Yeah. Sorry, you're able to connect? Take this guy's help. Dhruv, just help it. So click on connect, okay, and it goes to a new screen. Just click on connect. I'm connecting to my vijayanaramix.com. Oh no. Yeah. So all of you connected? Okay,
Yeah.
now why did you ask a query saying show me the latest 3 emails? Show me the critical emails which are pending my attention, right? Which should have been sent or are pending my attention. Okay. If you are connected, please run the query. Let me see if I'm connected. 1 second. I think Ismail is not connected. Wait, just connecting. So okay, I'll just connect to this one. It's already there. Okay. So here. Yeah, so write a prompt in Claude saying, show me 3 mails which have, which are pending my attention. Okay. So show me the 3 emails which are pending from my side, which are critical. Okay. So what's happening is I'm forgetting emails which are critical, which I should have responded. So this is just it's found the tools. Okay. So I'll tell a little bit about the theory right now, okay, so that you understand what's going on. Okay, so it's searching for email threads from authenticated users account, which is my Gmail account, okay, and then it's going to find the tools. So it's working for you. Got the results? What are the critical emails? Is there an email from me? No email from me. I'll send one now. Okay, Alif, is it working?
I checked your inbox. Honestly, nothing in there looks like a true business action pending.
Nothing critical for you?
That is good. Nothing business critical. Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's nothing critical, ask a different question. Say that, show me the latest 3 emails. That's okay. Right. So basically, you're feeling lazy. You don't want to go to Gmail. Just use Claude. Right. So it says there are no real pending client business emails needing a reply, but 2 issues are there, right? Basically, one GitHub issue is there. Somebody has raised it and it's asked to be assigned and some Nephroplus inquiry, correct? So I'm able to connect to my Gmail, get data from that Gmail, right? So I can just say, show me the last 2 emails.
AI4 is starting in 1 hour from Luma.
Sorry?
AI4 is starting in 1 hour from Luma.
That's your thing. Okay, good. Yeah, nice. Just reply saying it's already started. Yeah. So last 2 emails in your inbox. Okay. Can someone try deleting that email? You would have got that email, no? Saying
there is no option.
Can you delete it?
No option to delete.
Okay. Can someone others try, please? Maybe Shivasa is not able to delete. Please delete that email of World Cup final, right? I think I don't need this. Let's say I delete this. So subjects. So some guy put some mail. I'm saying please delete that email. What's going to happen? Anyone?
It will not.
Is it working? It will not delete. Okay. Shiva says saying not delete. What about the others? Is it working for you? Yogesh sir, what's happening? Yasir, what's happening? Is it working? Is it deleting? So it's saying allow it.
I actually did not give permission for reading and writing when making the connection, so I'm just trying to redo it.
No, you should give connection, Yogesh sir.
I made it connect, but I did not allow it to. I'm doing that just fine.
Yeah. So if you're so restrictive, then Claude is going to feel bad. Okay. So
yeah, it has.
So yeah. So yeah, so if you can see it, right, it says done move to trash, but ideally it's not move to trash. It's only a label. Okay. It only will put saying, it doesn't delete it. It actually just labels it as trash or something because it is not authorized to delete. Okay. Now we'll come to that. Okay. So now all of you are clear about what is a connector, right? How you connected from Claude to your Gmail. Similarly, you can connect from Claude to a lot of other stuff. You can click on customize. You can click on connectors. You can connect a whole bunch of other stuff. I've connected to HubSpot. I've connected to Canva. So I've connected to Canva also, right? You see, same way you connect to Canva. I have a Canva Pro account. Today only they renewed my account for premium. So let's use it. Okay. So design a water drinking campaign for individuals to drink water 3 times a day. Okay, or 1 liter. Now I'm just putting something up. Okay, I didn't say it has to use Canva or anything, right? It's already connected to Canva. I'm just asking it to design a campaign, and it's going to show you the options from campaign, right? Who's this campaign for? General public awareness, campaign, posters, social media creatives, and boom, right? Now the point is, you people cannot do it because you don't have Canva connector, but I just want to show you the capabilities, right? Before I move on into the core things, you can see my screen on here, this thing. So what it's doing is it's connecting to Canva. Canva is a connector. I used it. I have a premium, and it's going to Canva, designing the posters over there, and it's going to show those posters over here. Okay. Now, if you see that it's saying found the tools. Okay. So it's finding the tools that it needs to connect to Canva. It will show you those images over here. Isn't that cool? And then you can select one image, that poster that you want. Okay. So it's saying you found the connectors. Can you see it? It says Canva is connected. I can build these using Canva designs as quickly there. Which one do you prefer? Right? Use. So I'm saying use the Canva because I have Canva. You might have Magnific or whatever else that you guys use. Right? Now the point is, I think some of you have asked, like, can I have it at intervals? Correct? So there is something called Claude Cowork, right, which allows you to do that. You can schedule it. Okay. So suppose you have a campaign which needs to be run every day or every week by itself. You can use these connectors, let them design, and then you can create the pipeline using Cowork, right? Now, if you see, it's generating the designs from Canva and showing them to me in Claude, right? So Claude becomes my new command control center where I don't have to leave anywhere outside from here. So if you see, this is give me these options, right? So it says stay hydrated and all this blah, 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 right? Now, the beauty of this is not about just generating these images, right? I can edit them also, right? So let's say I like this one. This looks nice. Okay. I click on it. Okay. And this will then take me to Canva to edit it. So I click on it and directly it will take me to Canva over here, top right corner. And I can now open Canva and I'm able to edit it in Canva. Okay. So this is my account. Yeah, it's another account actually. So don't worry about it. Okay. So I think I need to log in with my other account. Okay. So it's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now the point is, you're seeing that I'm not moving out of my Claude, right? I'm able to do a lot of stuff while staying at Claude itself. Got it? So far so good, everyone. Now, how does all of this connect? Like whatever we are doing, this Gmail, this Canva, how does it connect to the problem we are solving? Correct. Now, the problem we said is I have the WetBuddy is a SaaS application. Allpets is the client. They're using the SaaS application. All the data is in SaaS application. I want to be able to use conversational intelligence just like I'm doing average monthly salary by department. Okay. So what I want is something like this, right? So assume that this is the data coming for Allpets from the SaaS application. We are simulating it. Okay. So before we get into further details, right? So can someone tell me, are we using any AI agents here? You did just look at the Gmail. All of you use Gmail, the Gmail connector, right? So when you use a Gmail connector, are we using any AI agents here? Can someone tell me? Anyone on the call? Are we using AI agents anywhere?
We are not using, but it is using in the background maybe.
Okay, it's using in the background. Anyone else? What are your thoughts?
You're saying because it gives some action, right?
It did some action, so it's using agents, but it can do actions without agents also, no?
Agent definition is matching. What it is.
Okay, agent definition is matching. Srikanth, right? So Srikanth is saying it's matching with agent definition. We'll come to that. But what about the others? Anyone? Srividya. What about you? Manivas, what do you think? Are we using AI agents here? Now, all of you have done it, right? You connected using Claude. So you went here. What did we just do? We just went here.
Yes.
We connected to Claude, right? We went to customize. We connected using a connector. We went to Claude, Gmail. We connected it. We asked some questions. It gave responses. So are we using AI agents? Yes or no? Critical pending emails. I got it. Are we using AI agents? Yes or no? Anyone else?
I don't think we are using AI agent.
Good. Who said that we are not using?
Yeah, it's Naresh.
Naresh.
Actually, it is not taking its decisions like by its own self. We are just asking the questions, it is getting answers. And we are here
Okay.
using MCP servers. That's it.
Okay. So
Agents
Naresh
are
is saying it's
server.
yeah. So Naresh is yes, sir. Naresh is saying we are not using AI agents. Okay. What else? I think even Yasser is saying we don't use AI agents. Okay. Now I hope you people are not saying that because I asked 2-3 times, right? So generally in school also it's like that. No, teacher asks 2-3 times, then you figure out shit. I got wrong answer. Must be the wrong answer. No. Does it happen? If you ask 2-3 times, yes becomes no. No, or no becomes yes, because teacher is not asking just like that. No. Okay, if the answer was yes, then obviously should have said yes. No, should have also given a nice star.
You
So,
you don't have stick in hand. That is why nobody's answering.
yeah, okay. so it's I'll keep doing that. Okay, so sometimes I'll keep challenging you. Okay, because now everybody says no. Everywhere there are AI agents. So even if you're doing on traditional API, also they'll say AI agents. So I think people were talking about AI from 2018-19 also, right? I don't know what AI was there. In fact, I also used to prepare PPTs, and we used to sell it to our clients in 2018, saying they're using AI. Okay, in our agriculture work and all. So my team members only used to ask me what AI are we using. So naturally, I just used to smile and leave it there. Okay, so everyone knows. So there was nothing like AI back then, but now today it's all over, and everyone thinks everything that is done by AI agents. Okay, so the short answer to that question, are we using AI agents? Is that we are using AI agents. Okay, so I think somebody on the call, Naresh, said that we are not using. It's not true, right? We are using AI agents. We as in, we are not explicitly writing anything, but how is it powered by? It's powered by agents. Okay. So the very definition of how this works, of what is an AI agent, can someone define what is an AI agent, and then we can understand whether we are using or not.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
basically, if it can decide and take action, then it's an agent.
If it can decide and take an action, it's an agent. But that's a very, yeah, if it can decide and take an action, it's an agent. Okay, good. Yeah.
So it has memory.
Which has memory. Is it mandatory? Memory is mandatory. Okay, let's go with it. Let's go with the flow. It has memory. What else?
Memory. Some global actions. It can do some global
Some actions, doable actions, and what else? And it is able to do something. Okay, fine. Anybody else? What is the definition of an agent? Anyone? So what is the structure of an agent? Anyone can tell me?
Yeah, so I think that like when we define a goal to an AI, so it is automatically going to define the steps and the tasks that it needs to do in order to achieve that goal. So it may
Yeah.
be taking some loops or iterating itself, improving itself, and having some
Yeah.
connections and tools. So the end goal is just to complete the task that we have given it to the AI.
Correct. That's right. Right. So I think all of you got it right. So basically, something that can do a piece of work, right? You give it a piece of work, it can do it. Correct. Just like a human would do it, right? So how do humans do it? Now, suppose you have to book a flight ticket. What do you do? Suppose you're traveling to Japan, let's say. Okay, all of you are, free ticket to Japan. I'll give it to you virtually just now. Okay, let's assume all of you are going to Japan. So what would you do, right? Pretty much, if I say the next question is when are we going? How are we going? Vijender, we are going, but are we taking by business class or not? No? Will you ask or not? Will not ask? You're all okay with economy? Right? You'll ask me, no? We'll go for business class. And over there also, are we staying in 3-star or staying in 5-star? No? How many days are we staying? No?
More importantly, are they coming back?
Are we coming back? Okay, this guy is saying, I won't get you back. So that's a good question as well. I can take you for free, and then when you're returning, I'll charge you. I'll say, if you need to come back, pay me money, right? Then you'll pay me and come. Yeah, that's a good strategy. I didn't think of it. This guy here, Balaji, he's only giving the idea. This guy is here. Not my idea. Okay. So this guy works for Goldman Sachs. So it's not my idea, his idea only. So I won't do such stuff. So there's actually a joke like this, there is a zoo, and the zoo owner bought a lot of exotic animals, Bengal tiger, Russian, Siberian something and all that, exotic animals. But people don't want to pay, right? People are like, I won't pay that fee. I don't care what animals you get. I'll go to Nehru Zoological Park. So that guy said, it's okay. I'll charge you for free. Come inside. So once they got inside, what did this guy do? He set the tigers on leash, free. So he closed the doors. He released all the tigers from their cages. And he said, if you don't want to pay, no problem. But if you want to exit, pay it. Okay. So I think something like that, right? We should do that. So let's say we're all going to Japan. Okay. Now let's come back to reality. I'm not taking you in business class. Let me be clear. But what are the set of steps you need to do? When do you want to go? How do you want to plan? Which flight should you take? What days should you take? When are the cheaper flights? So you need to do all that exotic stuff, right? So what AI agents do is they take care of all that complex reasoning, right? It's called multi-step planning and reasoning, right? So reasoning and acting, the REACT framework. So there's a lot of these frameworks and all. So they break down the problem into smaller steps and figure out which tools can solve each problem, right? So if you want to know your availability, first of all, what are your working days? Check your calendar. So they need to call the calendar tool, right? They need to check what are the prices. So they go to Make My Trip, they go to Ibibo. So that's another tool, right? They then have to get the hotel prices. They go to another tool. And then you have to plan where are you going to go, what are you going to, maybe again, there also you need to book another yacht or something, right? You can go on yachts also. I'm okay, right? So as long as, like Balaji said, if you are paying me in the return, take some money also. You can make sure. So agents will do that complex multi-step reasoning and acting. That's REACT. Okay. So are we using agents here? We are using AI agents here, right? Why? The same logic. When I said I want to connect to Gmail, I want my last 3 critical emails. The first thing it figured out is what is the tool I should call, right? How can I get this? Where do I get it from, right? Because Claude by itself does not know me, right? Claude knows me. Of course, I'm logged in. But Claude has no access to my Gmail. Did I mention anywhere that you have to get it from Gmail over here? Yeah, I didn't, right? How did it know that it needs to get from Gmail, right? So it knows it's going to get from Gmail because it checked my list of connectors. Okay, it always does. So what all connectors I have? I have Canva, I have Gmail, I have HubSpot, I have Claude in Chrome also. So it first checks what are all the connectors I have. Does my query get answered from any of these connectors? If it can, then it gets the job done, right? Yes or no? Now I also have Alumnix jobs, right? Will it be able to get the job, get it from there? No, it cannot, because it's not connected, right? So we are using AI agents. So Claude itself is an AI agent by itself, right? So a lot of people don't know. They think that AI agent means that YouTube guy will come up and pop up, today let's learn AI agents, and then he'll spin up some VS Code, and then he'll put up some complex stuff in that. And then unless you feel that it is complex, you also can't get that feel, that you're also learning something, right? And then after it's a 15-minute video, and then after 5 minutes you lose interest, and then you leave, and then you don't know whether you know AI agents or not. Okay. So that's what happens. So this is an AI agent. What does it do? So every AI agent in the world, irrespective of where you build it from, it consists of 2 parts, right? One is the LLM, and other one is tools. That's it. No memory. Okay, memory is optional. So the fundamental definition of AI agents are, it has an LLM and it has tools. That's it. That is the bare minimum. After that is all other jazz, right? So here, can someone tell me, now I said we are using an agent and I said agents have memory and, LLM and tools. Can someone tell me what is LLM here? Claude is the LLM. Balaji is saying Claude is the LLM. What else? Sonnet 5 is the LLM. Okay, Yasir is saying Sonnet 5. What else? Anyone else? What is LLM here? Do we have an LLM or no? Because I said if it's an agent, it should have an, if somebody says, that's a thumb rule, right? Somebody comes and tomorrow says, tries to bullshit you into saying, no, I'm using AI agents. You should ask, okay, 2 questions. What is the agent and what is the LLM and what are the tools? So what is again, that is a thumb rule, right? It says like, when you go to a doctor, right? Doctor always checks 2 things. One is your pulse. Another one is your heartbeat. No? Does it check pulse? I think pulse anyhow is a heartbeat, right? And your lungs, something, right? So like that, if you're somebody saying it's an AI agent, you should always check what is the LLM, what is the tools. If you're not clear of either of them, it's not an agent. Simple as that. Memory and all, not mandatory. We'll come to that. So anyone on the call? Okay, Sonnet 5. Yasir is saying Sonnet 5. What about the others? Anyone else? What is LLM here?
Model.
Yeah, what model? Give me the name. Haiku? Who said Haiku? Why not Haiku? Why not Fable 5? Or just challenging, again. I like to challenge people. Because 2-3 times I ask the same question, then answers will change, no? You want? Haiku with extended thinking, right? Because that's what you selected, right? Answer for me. What is my model here? What is my LLM? Sonnet 5?
It is
Correct.
showing in the bottom, right?
Yeah, Sonnet 5, correct? Now, I could use a different model. I could use Opus. So the LLM in that case, I asked the same question, right? Show me the 3 mails which are pending from my side. So what happens now? The same question goes to the model, the LLM, which is Opus 4.8, and the tools, which are nothing but Gmail tools, right? So where are the tools now? Can you see the tools? Now I said, if it's an agent, you should have 2 things. One is the LLM, other one is tools. What is the LLM here? Opus. What is the tools here? What are the tools? Can someone tell me? Claude Harness. No. Again, what is the harness, right? Like, what is orchestrating? Yeah, the tools, like I said, see, ultimately, like what did I say about Japan trip? So if you are booking a Japan trip, if you are looking for finding out the flight prices, what do? You go to Ibibo, you go to Make My Trip, you go to whatever other Zingaro or whatever, right? So those are all the tools, right? Different tools available. You get information from these 3, collect them, find the best prices, give it to you, right? So for Gmail also, it should have a tool. Tools are nothing but what gives it the capability to work. So all of you write code. How many of you write code using AI? Like Gemini, you use, right? Gemini, Claude Code. So do you use tools over there? How does Claude actually do, right? Claude is not sitting on your system, right? All of you agree? It's a $3 trillion parameter model sitting over there in the cloud. It's not sitting on your system. But how does it write code for you? Anyone?
Yes, have some code in your machine.
It has code in your machine? No, it doesn't have any code in your machine. Yeah, it might have the harness,
Some
but
tools to set the within our code.
correct. That has tools, right? Ultimately.
Optimize it back from it.
Yeah. So basically it takes the code from yours. It should read your files, correct? How does it read your files? It has to read your files, understand, and then do it, right? So how does it read the file? Using tools, correct? So if you can see my screen, so I'll show you something interesting about Claude Code tools, correct? So Claude Code has published a list of all the tools that it has, which it uses, okay? So I'll just put this over here. Now, why am I talking about this in so much of detail is because these are the fundamentals, right? So these are the tools that Claude has published publicly, which it uses in your IDE, right? Every time you use. Now, this is my IDE, right? And I'm using Claude over here. This is Claude CLI, correct? Now, when we are using Claude CLI, I ask some questions. It reads the files and does something for me, correct? How does it do it? It writes my files also. So it uses these tools which I have documented over here, right? So if you see here, there'll be a write tool, there'll be a read tool. Can you see this? At the bottom, there'll be a write. There's a write tool. Can you see this? Creates or writes files. This is the tool. So Claude, Gemini, Anti-Gravity, what they use, all of them are agents. Everything is agent. That's why it's called an AI agent. AI is coding assistant, but they use agents under the hood. So it uses these tools, right? So it uses the web search. Can you see this web search? So if I say search online and let me know the winner of the quarters finals in FIFA World Cup in all matches in quarters. Okay, I'm just asking something, for my Claude code. So you'll see that it makes a call to the tool, the web search tool. Otherwise, how will it know, right? It makes an explicit call. In fact, it will actually call it, right? So use permissions to pre-approve and apply Dinesh. So can you see this? It's using the tool use. It's actually mentioned it. It's mentioned web search. Can you all see it? Claude wants to search the web for this one, and it's using the tool called web search. So do you want to proceed? I say yes. Correct. So the point is, these are tools which are inbuilt into Claude Code, right? Claude Code is an AI agent by itself. So it has access to the model. The model is what is defined at the top over here. Correct. So when I invoke Claude Code, it gives you the model, the name of the model here. Okay, can you all see it here? So this is the model. What is the model name? Sonnet 5. This is the LLM. And what are the tools? The tool is web search. Got it? So it got the data. How did it get it? Because why do I say it's an agent? Because there's an LLM which is Claude Sonnet 5 and a tool which is web search. It actually showed you, right, what tool it called. Now, if you wanted to call a different tool, we can actually try it, right? So we can say, again, don't worry about it. We'll get deeper into it. Now, the question is, now I'm saying this is an agent. Now, where are the tools for Gmail? Can someone tell me? I know I can see the model. It's Opus 4.8. It gave me a response. Great. But where is the tools? Anyone? For Claude Code, I showed you, right? Is there the connectors? Where is that? So I click on, all of you can go to connectors, click on Gmail, please. Okay. If you click on Gmail, can you see this list here? These are the tools. Okay. Can all of you see? You can also see. Open in your Claude. You can open it. Okay. Now, can someone tell me, is there a delete tool? Delete email tool? Can someone tell me? Is there a delete email tool?
Yeah.
Is there?
It is there.
Is there delete email? Delete label, right? So what it did before when you did it was it deleted your label. Yeah. Is there a delete email? Is there a send email? Does it send an email? Create a draft, right? Where is that? Create a draft email in users authenticated users email account, correct? The best it can do is create an email, a draft mail. It cannot send an email, right? So however powerful Gmail may be, the limitations of this connector is limited to these tools. That's it. You cannot do anything beyond this. Okay. So Yogesh sir, you still on the call? Mr. Yogesh, are you still on the call? Yeah. So I think some of you are worried about Gmail trying to delete your emails, no? So nothing will happen, right? Because it is limited by what capabilities you are providing. Okay. Good with that? Everyone? So far, so good. So all of you are clear now. Are we using agent? Yes, right? Okay, great. Now, let's look at the next part. So we were saying that we want to be able to get the data of the client right through this thing. Okay. Now I'll give you all of you access to an MCP server. Okay. So I want all of you to connect. So before we get there, maybe I will give you some data. Okay. So there is this HR data which I would like all of you to access. Okay. Can I give an attachment directly here? Can attach file here? Will not allow, right? Let me just push it into Google Drive and I'll put it. So I want all of you to open this. Okay. So I want some pain for all of you. So let me just Create a folder. So I want all of you to open this file. Okay. So this contains the data of a fictitious company. And I want all of you, I hope all of you have Excel. Okay. Okay. So I'm sharing this link. All of you just download this. Okay, so all of you just access this. I put it on chat. Okay, open that zip file, please. Sure. Please download the files from this zip file quickly, right? And extract them. I'll tell you what next to do. So I want you people to open this, HR folder. Okay, and I want you to tell me the answer to this question called average monthly salary by department. Okay. What's the average monthly salary by department? Don't have to solve it. Just I want an insight from you. How would you do it manually if you had to do it based on the data? Okay. So now we are in a traditional way, and then we will see how we can get this directly by asking Claude, right? So please download this file. You'll get all these 5 files. Go through the data, and I want you to answer, right? Don't have to get me the answer. Although if you can get me the answer, that's great. But if you can get me the answer to this question. So the answer you should get is something like this. This is the data I'm expecting. Okay. So just all of you just download it and just understand the data, right? You don't have to tell me, just tell me what is the logic, how do you do it? Okay. So just go through it. Just give me 2 minutes. Sure. Okay, everyone able to do it? What is the answer? Anyone got the answer? What is the approach? Quick. Anyone on the call? Let's see from people on the call. I hope you people are not sleeping on the call, everyone. Can I have thumbs up? That emojis, let's see. Can you guys give some emojis, thumbs up emojis? I just want to know if it's still there. Okay, good. Okay, great. So, so can someone tell me how do you solve that question? Now, a question I have is, so we'll close at 1 o'clock sharp. Okay, don't worry, I'll be on time. By 12:45 itself, we'll close it. But pretty much we'll keep 15 minutes for Q&A. So, what is the approach? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, so I probably think that in attrition exit, we have departments and the employee ID. And in the payroll compensation, we are having the employee ID. So maybe we will group all employees and take the total salary and take an average and so.
Correct. Okay, cool. Yeah, anybody else? Anybody else? How should we do it? How should we find out the average employees by department, salary by department? So this is the answer. Okay, I'm giving you the answer. This is the pivot chart that we created. Okay, this is how we get it. But how do we do it? All of you have separate sheets. One is payroll, one is employees. So in real world, this is how the data looks like. Okay, when teams get it, that's how the data comes. Okay. Now I think Yogesh sir has called out that we did get the data and give it to Claude. Okay. Now, can you all attach these files in Claude and get the answer to this? Can you try? Right? All of you? Okay. So go to new And what is the question I asked? Average monthly salary by department. I'm going to put it on chat also. I'm putting it over here. Okay. I put the query. All of you, please go and give me the answer. Is it working?
I just